I wanted to do uh, some book reviews. There are plenty of good books out there that people don't know about. Um, this book, it's called Catholic Prayers. It's very small, and I've used some of the prayers from here in these videos. Um, I highly recommend this book. I've used it for years and years and at least 15, maybe more years in my prayers. It's good to say prayers in the morning, it's good to say prayers in the evening, and it's good to say prayers in the middle of the day because we're surrounded by negativity and demonic activity, especially if you live in a city and even in the countryside. There's crazed people everywhere. And I really believe that people are very demonically influenced with the drug use and the perversion that is taught to young kids and all this insanity that's going on is just from the pits of hell. And it's on TV, it's come from government's mouth. I mean, it's insanity, and we have to protect ourselves. Every Catholic is called to be a warrior. You're the salt of the earth. Don't forget it. Without you, this earth would just collapse. Like they say that the Orthodox say that without Mount Athos, right, the monks praying for us every day. And as a Catholic, I do believe that. I honor my Orthodox brothers and sisters there. But I do say that I do believe them. Because without those prayers, this world would have been gone a long time ago. And the Catholics that don't pray, and you're not helping the situation. So you pray, you dispel that evil. Evil doesn't want you to pray. Okay? It wants you to sit around and do nothing. Yeah, just keep watching TV all day. That's going to really do great. No, you need to pray. Shut it off and pray for a time. So Catholic prayers is very good. They're all traditional prayers from traditional sources. And of course, there's morning prayers, evening prayers. There's novenas to different saints, like, of course, the Holy Mother and St. Joseph and St. Anne and St. Rita and St. Teresa, St. Therese, I should say. There's just so many in there. The St. Gertrude prayer is in there, wonderful prayer. The Divine Praise is one of my favorites. There's litanies in there to the Blessed Mother, to St. Joseph. The Memorare, which is another great prayer. The Angelus, the Magnificat. I mean, there's just so much good stuff in this book. I can't say enough about it. I carry this book everywhere with me. Now, of course, I say the Rosary all the time, so that's memorized. But and some of these prayers I do have memorized actually in here, because you say them so much they become a part of you. But there are ones that I don't. And this you can get this book at TAN Publishing, okay, TAN. You can look up the website, and or you can get it on Amazon, wherever. But buy a whole bunch. If you call TAN, you could probably get them in bulk at a discount, and give them away to friends. That believers. Go to nursing homes and give it to people that can still read and whatnot, and to comfort them. We neglect this. This has to stop. So go and buy them and give them away. It's just a great book. I can't say enough about it. Once you get it, you'll understand why it's so wonderful. There are many other prayer books. I mean, I especially like the older prayer books because I only go to the Latin Mass. So I like the older missals. Of course, after 1964, I think it was, I don't buy any missals. I like the missals from the 50s, the 40s, the 30s. I even have some from the 20s. So you'll find in there some wonderful old prayers, an act of contrition that's, written differently. Many, many prayers that are written differently. What's nice about this book, The Catholic Prayers, it gives you the older way of saying the prayers so that it hasn't been changed or watered down. That's one thing that's happened to the Catholic Church that is not good, is things have been watered down. And because things have been watered down, prayers have been watered down, the Mass isn't in Latin, the demons have just had a field day. I mean, look at the world. Has the world gotten better since Vatican II? I don't think so. I really don't think so. It's gotten worse. and we're on the verge of catastrophe. We're standing over an abyss, the whole world. Okay? I'm not going to get into it, but that's what's happening. And that's because it's a spiritual battle in its essence, at its core, it's spiritual, it's demonic. And as Christians and Catholics especially, we're not doing enough to dispel the darkness. Okay? And that is prayer. The demons cannot stop you from praying. They can try to get you to not pray, and if you fall for their tricks, well, that's your fault. But you pray, and they have to flee. Okay? When you're in a place and there's demonic activity, you pray. Okay? If you're in a place, you work in a place that's demonized, you pray. And you watch how things change. Just pray. Pray with sincerity, with belief, with trust, and it's unstoppable. It moves the earth. Prayer is powerful. That's because we're made in the image and likeness of God. What does that mean? Physically? No. Spiritually. Spiritually. We are made in the image and likeness of God. So therefore we have that ability to pray, to move heaven and earth like Him. Right? But on a tiny little scale. For us, our world. So anyway, buy this book. It's not expensive. Very cheap. You could probably find a used one if you really wanted to save a lot of money. Go on eBay, maybe, or abebooks.com. abebooks.com. They have used books. And anyway, buy the book and use it every day. And better yet, buy extra copies, cases of it, and go bring it to people who don't have the money to buy it, and, our fellow Catholics, and get them to pray. Okay, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. Thank you.